everyone, my name is Nistha Srivastava and I'm a student of 11th Humanities. Today I'm here with you all to ask you all a question. So the question is, do you all recognize this? Yes, it's a planet Earth. We all recognize it, we all love it, and we all live on it. But have you ever wondered what the Earth is made up of? Or how it was made? No? Well, don't worry. We all are going to answer all these questions here in this video. Now, we all are well aware of the fact that the Earth has a layered structure. But the big question here is that how did it attain this layered structure? Now, for answering this question, we have to go back in time. When the Earth was newly formed, it was not as beautiful or wonderful or lively as it is now. It was just a barren and a very hot object which barely had any atmosphere, which was only made up of hydrogen and helium. It was very volatile at that time. As the time passed, the density increased, due to which the temperature inside the Earth also increased, which led to the separation of the material that were present inside the Earth. Now you can understand this by the following example. We all are familiar with the classroom environment. We are well aware of the fact that when there is a conflict or a competition in the class, the student gets divided based on their interests. For example, the students who are more inclined towards academics make one group, and those who are inclined towards co-curricular activities make one group. The same thing happened with the Earth. The material inside the Earth got separated on the basis of their density, not on the basis of academics or co-curricular activity, but on the basis of their density. Now, you must have observed that when we pour water and oil together, the oil floats on the surface of water while the water sinks. This shows that the water has higher density than the oil, and oil has lower density than water. The elements inside the Earth also separated according to this phenomena. The elements which had higher density sink towards the center of the Earth, while those who had a lighter density moved towards the surface of the Earth. And this process was known as differentiation, the separation of elements based on their densities. Now, during the formation of Moon, the Earth was usually impacted by it, or affected by it, due to which the temperature of Earth increased further up, and the process of differentiation also fastened up. Now you must be thinking that how did the process of differentiation take place when the elements or the material present inside the Earth were in solid state? How is that possible? Now the answer to this question is that when this process was taking place, the Earth was so hot that all the material and elements present inside the Earth were molten through and through. Therefore, the process of differentiation occurred easily. Now, as the time passed, the Earth cooled, solidified, and condensed, and the size of the Earth became smaller. And this led to the formation of different layers of Earth. Now let's talk about the different layers of Earth. Now, the Earth has many layers, but broadly speaking, it is majorly divided into 3 layers: the crust, the mantle, and the core. So, similar to the crust of pizza, the Earth also has a crust, but without any cheese. Yes, as the crispy crust of pizza makes it more delicious, similarly, the crust of Earth makes it more special. because it supports life and makes the Earth the most special and unique planet in all of the universe. The only planet that is known to have life. Now, the crust is the outermost layer of the Earth, and hence it composed of the most lightest density element. For example, the carbon, oxygen, silicon and aluminum. Now let's move on to the second layer of the Earth. The second layer of the Earth is mantle. The mantle just lies beneath the crust. The mantle, since the mantle is the second layer, it comprises of comparatively heavier density materials than the crust. For example, magnesium. The mantle is the source of magma or lava that bursts out of the volcano, the hot lava. Yes. Then the mantle is also further divided into many layers, but we'll just mention the very important one of those, that are lithosphere. So the lithosphere is the uppermost layer of mantle that consists of the innermost layer of crust and the uppermost layer of mantle. Then we have atmosphere, then astrosphere, and the lower atmosphere and the lower mantle. Then we have our core, the innermost layer of the Earth. So the core consists of the heaviest materials that are present in the Earth, that are iron and nickel. The core is so hot that its temperature ranges from 5000 degrees Celsius to 6000 degrees Celsius. Can you imagine that? Even hotter than our sun. Even hotter than the sun. Amazing, isn't it? I can't even imagine it. The core is further divided into two layers, the outer core and the inner core. So the outer core is present in a liquid state because it experiences so hot temperature, but the inner core is in the solid state. Though it experiences high temperature, still it is in a solid state. Why? Because it experiences 1,000,000 times more pressure than what we experience on the surface of Earth. Can you imagine that? 1,000,000 times more. Yes. Therefore, it is in solid state, even though it experiences so hot temperature. Now, that's all we had to learn about the layers of Earth and the formation of layers of Earth. Now, from this video, you might have understood that we didn't even know 1% of our Earth. Yes, there is so much to discover and learn and research about our Earth. So always keep that curiosity in you awakened. So that's it for this video. That's it what we have to learn. But before ending the video, besides our course, I would like to mention something. A very important fact that is not related to our course but related to a fact, to our life. That is that the Earth was created or formed nearly 4.6 billion years ago. And imagine if we reduce that to 46 years, then we humans are here on the Earth for about 4 years. And in 1 minute, we created industrialization and destroyed about 50% of the rainforest. Can you imagine that? How horrible that is. That is something that needs to be thought about. We are blessed with a beautiful planet, wonderful creation around us, wonderful climate, wonderful nature, wonderful environment. But do we actually value it? We must respect the phrase Mother Earth, and when we say it, we must mean it. Because if we truly believe that Earth is a mother, then we must give it the respect, the protection, and the love that she deserves. And when I see the Earth, I don't see any boundaries on it. That makes me a world citizen, and as well as you. And as the citizen of the world, it is our duty to protect our planet, to protect our Earth. Because the Earth doesn't belong to us, we belong to the Earth. Thank you for watching the video. Stay home, stay safe, stay green. Thank you so much.